Pastor Seth here. I hope you all are well, and I hope we haven't been away from each other long enough that you don't recognize this space that I am in. That's right, I'm sitting in the sanctuary, and I'm wearing a tie today because I will be doing some recording for worship here in a little bit. So if you tune in on Sunday to our worship service, you'll see me with this tie on and this same shirt as I record worship today and tomorrow. I sometimes come and just sit in this space, and I'm mindful of how fortunate I am to be able to do so. I sit in here and I feel close to God. But you know, if I sit here long enough, I begin to feel a deep sense of longing. A deep sense of longing for these pews to once again be full, for hymns to be sung, prayers shared, scripture read, the word proclaimed. I long for us to be together again. You know, I don't think it's these walls or these pews that make me feel close to God. It's memories of time spent together worshiping with one another, sharing in celebrations of baptisms and confirmations, leaning on one another during memorial services, walking through the seasons of the church year together during Lent and Advent, celebrating Christmas Eve and Easter. I feel close to God because when I sit in this sacred space, I think about the community of faith that I am so blessed to be a part of. I think about the love and grace that has been shared over the years. You know, one of the things that I've been doing during this time is reading a lot more. I've begun to read a novel that has always been on my list, and I am finally getting around to it. It's the novel The Brothers Karamazov from the great Russian novelist Fyodor Dostoevsky. It's an incredible book about evil and suffering and the human spirit and what it means to be human. In it, Dostoevsky explores these themes and these big existential questions through a number of different, very colorful characters who represent different aspects of the human psyche. In it, Dostoevsky talks a lot about the power of love. The power of love even in the midst of difficult circumstances. And how love enables us to more fully know God. One of the most famous quotes from this book is, "Love all God's creation, both the whole and every grain of sand. Love every leaf, every ray of light. Love the animals, love the plants, love each separate thing. If thou love each thing, thou wilt perceive the mystery of God in all. And when once thou perceive this, thou wilt thenceforward grow every day to a fuller understanding of it, until thou come at last to love the whole world, with a love that will then be all-embracing and universal." I love the sentiment expressed in this, that love is the pathway towards a fuller understanding of God. Tyler Mayfield, who is a seminary professor of Old Testament at Louisville Seminary, and who I was fortunate enough to listen to at a seminar in Florida, he shared this today online. "I saw God today. 2 doors down, 2 boys, my boys, squatting on her sidewalk, writing messages of love, drawing spiders for her, signing their names to the work, all with rainbow chalk. Then, an hour later, she left a thank you on our porch, and she said something about her heart singing. God looks exactly like love of neighbor. God looks exactly like love of neighbor." How true. I miss being with you all on Sunday mornings in this space. I miss witnessing firsthand the love that is shared and expressed when we gather together. But I want to encourage you today to be thinking about, how are you loving neighbor during this time? Writing cards, making phone calls, buying gift cards to local restaurants and businesses to support them in this time of need, or maybe taking rainbow chalk and drawing on people's sidewalks messages of love meant to bring joy. How are you sharing love during this time? Love is the pathway to a fuller understanding of God and God's intentions for creation. And so now, friends, until we are able to gather together again in this space to worship the God of love, may you rest assured of God's love and God's grace that binds us together, even during this time of separation. Take care, stay well, and I cannot wait to be together again